So welcome in. I am Coach Vivian, known as Coach Viv. And so thank you all for being here and definitely being on time. And so while we were waiting for everybody to enter or to join tonight's Zoom, I was asking who all needed access to um, to the school community. And this is a paid in full. And so we do have, like I said, insiders tips that you may see. And this is posts that we have. And then also it is something like inside the classrooms. You can see some videos, replays, and then it's also we have the free resource tools with helpful information for those who want to print anything printing. We do have and this is not just for Metro 2, it's also like for the score machine. We just um, didn't update this title. But if anyone would like to print, this is how you contact the Total Post and Print. It's a separate number than the score machine support. So we just want you to know that as well. And then also, it's some more just helpful information that you may find underneath the classroom. So just make sure if you do have access that you look at all the tabs and just read up on all the helpful information because it is good information that we do share as well. And then if you have any questions, you can also drop your questions and we will answer your questions and stuff that you may have. So it's not additional cost for the paid in full community. It's only if you didn't receive the invite. So I just sent you, Sylvia, an invitation. So look for paid in full and look for Vivian Favors, and you should be able to enter that way. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start. Thank you all again for being on time. That was for the paid in full. So now we're going to come to the score machine training. So with the score machine, this is our homepage here. So this is what you would see if you was to go to the scoremachine.com. We start with the pricing. So our pricing model has changed for those who are new to the score machine. So we do have the foundation. The foundation is $28.88 a month. It comes with one user. One users are your team members. So just say you or your team member, one client, and then it also comes with the credit repair tool, right? So for the momentum, it's $148.88 a month. It comes with 5 users and it has up to 30 clients. And then it also comes with the credit repair tool. For the accelerator, it's $228.88 a month. It comes to up to 20 users and up to 100 clients, as well as the credit repair tool. So the elite is our unlimited users, it's our unlimited clients, and it is $297.88 a month. So again, limited is what most people have, the unlimited, because again, you can have unlimited team members and then you can add unlimited clients. So, and this is our price. We also want to go over the join as an affiliate. So we're going to be talking about the affiliate link. So I just want to let you know how to get your affiliate link. You need to come and you need to join here to fill out your personal information and to create a password. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign in. And so once you sign in, this is how the elite looks here. So this is a Score Machine Elite. And then when you enter, you will see the dashboard overview. So with the dashboard overview, you're going to see your clients, you'll be able to see your client status breakdown here, which it shows that a total clients is 11. Out of the 11 clients, 10 are not fundable, 3 are in progress, and one is match ready. Match ready means they're ready for funding. No new clients this month, and it's 0 clients that's inactive. So total banks, so it is 4,565 registered bank in the network, right? And so out of these 4,565 banks, it is a total products of 14,244. And so when we talk about products, we're talking about credit cards, we're talking about lines of credit, and etc. So those are the products. When you see the AI funding overview, this right here means is those who are match ready, right? So 10 clients needs negative items removed. 8 clients has stalled profiles for 30 plus days. So these are the clients. Typically, if you have this going on, you want to just make sure that these are the clients that's waiting for dispute letters within these 30 days, or you want to find out what is going on with these 8 clients. 1 client is fully match ready. So again, this 1 client is ready for funding. Here, so the score machine recognized 3 credit monitoring platforms: MyFreeScoreNow, Identity IQ, and MyScore IQ. And so if you do not already have affiliate link inside the software, we have one that you can use, that you can share with your clients. Okay, so if you don't already have your own credit report link, we have this that you can use. This right here is Baddie's affiliate link. So you can click here to copy. You can click here it'll take you directly to my FreeScoreNow, or you can use the QR code. So with your clients log on, your clients are able to log on just how we are able to log on. So for your clients to see their own client journey, they will be able to copy here. So they can copy and, you can copy and you can send this to your client, and they'll be able to log on and they can see their own journey. So also with onboarding clients link. So if you would like for your clients to add themselves to the score machine, that you can send the onboard. You'll see add to CRM. Once you see add to CRM, then again, like I was saying, we have the 3 MyFreeScoreNow, Identity IQ, and MyScore IQ, which are the 3 credit monitoring platforms that the software recognizes. So for MyFreeScoreNow, you're going to need the email or the username and then the password to be able to add a new client. If you use Identity IQ or MyScore IQ, any one of these, you're going to need the last 4 digits of the Social Security number. We do suggest with the credit monitoring platform, since your client is sharing their information with you, that you add one of the security questions as the last 4 of the Social Security number, which will just give you something that just if it don't recognize the IPP, that you'll be able to not have to just keep inconvenience your client. So again, it's 2 ways to add a client. So you can add the client yourself, or the client, you can share the onboarding link and the client can add themselves. I will say in the onboarding login is that the more the client knows, the more questions they have. So we just suggest that, you attend all the trainings, like all 5 days of the training, making sure that you're, as much as possible about the score machine, because if not, they're going to have a whole bunch of questions, right? So just make sure that if you do, again, share the client login, and if you do share the onboarding link with your client, that you are able to answer all the questions. So we were talking about the your referral link. So remember, on the homepage, you will get your own link. And so this is a way that you can share and you can earn commissions here. And so we're going to go down to the Affiliate Pro dashboard, and I'll show you how the affiliate portal looks here in a second. But once you complete the information to get your link, then you'll be able to change your name. This is your slug. You'll be able to change that to, like I would change mine to Coach V. But to share this, you can copy the link, or you can copy your own QR code, and then this is a way again that you can earn commissions. So this is just a quick action. Quick action is like credit report. It'll take you to all of the clients, and then you can choose the client that you want to select, and then you'll be able to fetch their, and meaning receive their credit report. Settings, we're going to go on settings on the left panel over there, but let's go to the Affiliate Pro dashboard. So all right. So, great thing about the Affiliate Pro dashboard. Typically, if we have something and we're trying to do something with affiliates, we have to set something up, and go high level. So the great thing is that this comes complimentary once you sign up for the affiliate portal. And this right here is how you're tracking. You're tracking those who are affiliate underneath you, pretty much, right? So you're tracking your all-time revenue. You're tracking your monthly earnings. You're tracking recurring revenue. Right now, the percentage from 0 to, I guess we'll just say 1 to 100 is 10% commissions. Once you get to 100, the commission rises. So you also see your client pipeline, active paying, pending, unpaid, cancel, and churns. So this is really good because you can see lost commissions, and you can see non-renewals, right? So if you're tracking this, and this is income that you're looking forward to, you'll be able to track to see what's going on. You'll be able to see your payouts, your pending payouts, and then you'll also be able to see the top performing affiliates by total earnings. So like here with Paul has 7 referrals. So let's just say if you have someone like Paul and you want to give them some type of incentive because they keep sending clients to you, you can send them a Starbucks gift card or whatever, incentives that you have inside of your system. So here it says recent referrals, if it was a recent referrals. So here underneath 4 referrals, flows out some of. All right. So referral management. So this is how here, this is just it just repeats what was on the dashboard overview. But your referrals, this would be a list of all of your members who is referrals. And this is how you can contact them, making sure that they're attending the 5 days trainings or 4 days training and the Fridays mastermind. And just making sure that they know how they know pretty much as much as you know about the score machine. And so the more everyone knows, the longer they will stick with the subscription. And so again, it breaks down earnings just a little bit more. It talks about the payment history, earnings, the breakdowns and the trends. And then here we're talking about the referral links. So we actually have 2 referral links. This is right here, what you see in the score machine. But this is like, think of 1-to-1. So one person that you're telling about the score machine. However, if you want to share the link for recruiting partners, influencers, teams that's in your affiliate network, this is what you would share, again, with associate churches, organizations. Let's just say if there was a community for someone that was a builder and they didn't have something for credit repair and funding for their members, this is great to share with other coaches. So think of product. It has the referral and then it has affiliate. So this is if you're sharing it with multiple, again. So the great thing about this is that not only would you get the 10%, but any person that they bring in is another 5% lifetime value. All right, so commissions. This right here is breaking down the commissions, the commission different tiers. This is how you can see the different tiers and the referrals amount, the commissions amount here as well. Subscription. So it does show the subscriptions here again, because these are two separate portals. So you have the score machine and then you have the affiliate. So just say if anybody just wants to promote the score machine, they may just have the affiliate portal, right? And so, but later on, for those that they're bringing in, they may want to eventually become a subscriber with the score machine. So this is why you see the price here. Generate the link would just take you back to the referral link. So it'll just take you there. And then underneath settings. So this is a profile, and then just other information here. But underneath referral is how you change your name. So Sandboxes is our training portal that we use. But if you just say if you wanted to change yours to, to Coach Viv, you'll see it here where it says Coach Viv, and you will save it there. So this is how you save your name. So we're gonna go back here to the dashboard. This is going to take you back to the score machine. So underneath the score machine, again, you see the client status breakdown that we saw on top. It's broken down a different chart here. The great thing, it says, it shows you how many new clients you have. This is great. I love any type of metrics, because if you have team members and you're definitely trying to train them when you have your weekly meeting, this is stuff that they can talk about, when it comes to the score machine, that we have how many new clients, how many of the clients got funding, reports that was pulled, funding, invoices paid. So you can pay invoices inside the score machine, and we'll talk about that a little bit here coming up. So a great thing with the client pipeline, this is showing your clients. It's showing like all 11 of your clients, and the 5 for page 1. But the great thing here, when we're talking about fundable, this is breaking it down and telling you exactly who is fundable, exactly who's match ready, who's not fundable, new this month, and inactive, right? So remember, we went over those. This is telling you exactly who those clients are. Also, when it comes to the clients here, you'll be able to, if you want to delete the client, because that question does come up, also disable the login, or if you wanted to see the full profile. All right. So also with our calendars. So we have training Monday through Thursday, the score machine at 8 p.m. You'll be able to join inside the score machine. You can keep the link because it's the same link that we use Monday through Thursday. Or you can join inside if you're inside the paid in full community underneath the calendar. We also have the link there. Great thing about the calendar, you can also add a note. So title, you have your note. Commonly used is like, just say if you needed to pull your client credit report for the month, right? So you can set up reminders, or your team can set up reminders for you to be able to pull those reports. So that's great. And that's newly featured somewhat, but it's there for you. And then also Friday, we have our Fridays. We have our masterminds at 3 p.m. on Fridays. So you can join the mastermind on Fridays at 3 p.m. And then again, you can join by inside the score machine or inside the paid in full community. This is the ways to join. So these are all of, again, the classes Monday through Thursday, and the mastermind that's on Friday. So now we're going to come over here on the left panel, and we're going to go over the CRM. So with the CRM, again, this is the client dashboard that we saw on the dashboard overview, these are all of our clients. So the client's pipeline. If you're looking for a client, just say you have a lot of clients and you just want to type their names, you can do that. And it will pull right up your client. I love the new overview here because it has the client's name, it has the credit score across all 3 credit reporting agencies, and right away it's telling you if the client is fundable, right? Love it. Also here, when it says fetch a new report, you will be able to get a new report here. Before you fetch a new report, you have to remember that the client has to have an active paid credit monitoring platform. Again, My Free Score Now, Identity IQ, My Score IQ. So once they have a active account, you would upload the report there. Once it's uploaded on one of those sites, then you can refresh the report to get the report, which will be, again, the AI talking to one of those credit monitoring sites, and the information comes over electronically, right? So it's not a hard copy, but it comes over, the information is retrieved. So for your client's summary, it has the client's name, how long they've been a member, contact information, the location. It talks about score improvement, current round, if any documents is missing, if the funding readiness. If the client was not ready, it would basically let you know, basically it would say not fundable up here, and it was let you know not ready, pretty much. Overview here is 60% progress. It's telling you everything is looking good, everything is on track. Continue building the profile. And if there was like action, it says view action plan. Here it also tells you when the report was fetched, dispute when it was last generated, documents uploaded, the last time documents was uploaded, and then profile created. So love this overview. All right, so now we're going to go to profile and documents. We need to ensure all of the personnel information is complete, the work information, the resident information, platforms. Make sure that your client has not, because once you have retrieved the credit report, you want to make sure the email and the password have not changed. If it has, you would come underneath the profile and you would update it here. Also with the identity documents. So this is when we're going to get into when it comes to the credit, we're doing disputes, right? So we're going to need government ID. These are the items that we can use for the government ID: passport, state ID, driver's license, social security numbers, social security cards, W-2, first page of tax returns. Also for proof of address, we're going to need bank statement, utility bills, phone bills, and any recent proof of address. So again, these are the documents that we would need when we get ready to dispute. So other documents here is saying, like we have the data breach here. So this is just to show you, Equifax is the only credit reporting agency that has the Equifax data breach settlement page. But if you have, once you typed in your social security number, it will let you know if you was impacted. If you was impacted, you can go ahead and you can add that. We have a note inside the paid in full community. So if you type data breach, you'll be able to see the post that we have on Equifax. But any other documents that you want to upload, you can upload them here. Power attorneys, letter affidavits, bankruptcy documents. If you have any documents, again, like I say, power attorney, letter affidavits, anything, for FTC or just any, I'll just say the Nexus Lexus. So any documents that you want to upload, you can do that here when we come for our disputes. All right. So the next one is credit report. So this is showing again when the credit report was fetched. Last time it was uploaded into the system. This right here is seeing your score. It's going to tell you your 3 scores, right? So let's just say we pull the next report, and then you'll see the new scores. You will be able to keep track of all of the scores and be able to tell if the score went up and it went down. So this is new. It has power of attorney. So if you wanted to upload that here or the other area, you can do that as well. Generated letters. So this right here, the letters that once we made our disputes. So this is where you will find the letters. We will come back here. Again, this right here is talking about the Equifax settlement, what we just went over. This is why this is here. And this right here is the secondary bureaus. If you wanted to freeze any of those, you can come here. We also do have inside the paid in full community for the resources. We do have I can say like a quick guide, and then we have the PDF that has all the secondary bureaus. So make sure if you're looking for all of the secondary bureaus to go and check out that free resource as well. Okay. So now we're going to go to employers. So remember we were talking about those users. So it just depends on what subscription you have. So basically this is talking about team management. So with those with roles and you want to give access permission, this is where you would do it here. So you can go and add your member. You can add their information, make sure that it's showing that they're active, their password, and you would create the member's profile pretty much. If you wanted to edit the member, you can deactivate it. If you wanted to remove, you'll be able to remove as well. Work area, we're going to come back here because this is where 99% of the task is going to be completed here. Here is talk about featured requests. We want to be the one and only software that you use. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, or if you were using any other softwares before and you feel like it's something that can enhance the score machine, please create a new idea, give it a title, description, if you have an attachment, and you can submit it. So, and if the team feels like it's something that would be useful, you will definitely see it. We would go over it and we would tell everybody all about the good information. All right, AI Coach is new and up and coming. So for the knowledge base here, the knowledge base is set up like a online academy or classroom. So when you see class, you're gonna see like some videos. Once you start the videos, then it's gonna map out and it's gonna tell you with the leadership, like who is in the lead, and then it also has an about. So we use the paid in full school community now. So this is, just something that's extra inside the score machine. Also, something that's new is talking about the business directory. So if you would like to add your company information and you would like to just reach out and get accountability partners or just connect with anybody in the community, you can share your information here. So again, we talked about the subscriptions. The elite is the unlimited. This is where you can have unlimited users, unlimited clients, and then we have the accelerator, the momentum, and then the foundation. So you can check those out. Support. We have a fantastic support team in the daytimes. 9 times out of 10, you're going to talk to Ray Anderson. Ray is our customer service manager. If you would like to contact the support team, you can contact them between the hours of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is the phone number. You can call and you can text. You can email. They will respond within 24 hours, and then also live chat. So underneath settings, here you can update your personal information, your password, agreement. So with the software, we're always asked, not always, sometimes we're asked about, overriding. So if you feel like you're 99% there, and for some reason something that's holding you back, you got your compatible credit cards and all of that, but you want to override, there is a function inside the software where you can override. So basically, you're going to override the safeguard. So we do have, again, it's saying you are disabling the score machine minimum fundability safeguard. You can do that. You can acknowledge, put in your name, and you could hit enable override here. So again, this is under settings, and then it's also under agreements. Integration. So with integrations, you will see here in Go High Level, Ray has a fantastic offer that's dealing with Go High Level, is dealing with websites, is dealing with landing pages. So if you're looking for any help, again, he has different separate packages that you can reach out to him. It's posts inside the Paid in Full community that you can see on these topics. So if you don't have anybody on your team, definitely reach out to Ray. Here you will see once we get to a part for anyone that has an M2 product, just say if you have a team and you have the score machine and you have M2, this is a one stop, right? Your team don't have to go outside the score machine, right? They can have a score machine, they can have M2 here. So this is why you see M2. Again, we were talking about the client onboarding. So this is your link. If you share with your client and you want them to add themselves to the software, you will update your name here. So see how it says Sandbox. So mine would say, Coach Viv, if I wanted to change it, right? And then you would just save the link. But we're just gonna add Sandbox back there. Here, when you're talking about branding, you can change your hex code there as well. All right, so merchant. So we were talking about paying the invoice inside the score machine. So we do have a preferred merchant. I'm gonna type back in the Paid in Full community because we do have a post here, and I'm gonna type in 5-star. Just so you can see it's going a little slow, so I'm gonna come back to it. But if you click here, it should take you to the website. So you can have as many merchants as you like, but some stay away from PayPal. Stripe is not very friendly when it comes to credit repair or when it comes to funding. So Batty has teamed up with the 5-star processing as a merchant. And so with that being said, he's very friendly when it comes to pretty much they understand the high risk industries. So what you would do, you would click on the website, fill out some information, schedule a call with Rick, talk with Rick. Once you have everything has been agreed upon, you will get the credentials and you can fill out the credentials, and then you'll be able to pay. When you see pay now, you'll be able to pay invoices inside your machine. Okay, so again, he's partnered with 5-star. If you do fill out the information, you will then be able to pay invoices inside the score machine. Here it is talking about the appearance. The appearance you can change from light mode to dark mode there. And then we will come back. All right, so now we are under the work area. Underneath the work area, we're going to find our client. We already know this client is fundable. It already told us they were fundable. If we wanted to just go to funding, we could go here now. We could just go to the end where it says funding, right? Because we already know this client is fundable. The other tabs can really help you when it comes to doing like consultations, like understanding, helping your clients understand credit and how credit affects you. So when you're talking to your client, you want to make sure that they understand that it's 3 credit reporting agencies. They operate independently. You want to let them know is that the credit report is broken down into 5 sections. Personal information. This is the first thing when you get a client that you should be working on is the personal information, making sure that the information is correct, right? So making sure they don't have a whole bunch of addresses. So this is the first ground step here. So also with the credit accounts, making sure that the accounts is correct. So when you have a client, these are the top 2, well, we'll say 3, because with the increase, we want to make sure they don't have very many inquiries as well. So, but again, we want to focus on these 5 areas. Why credit is important. So remember we talked about those products. So these are the products that's inside the software here: credit cards, loans, mortgages. But the important things is good credit is going to help with better terms and or also credit card, everyday purchases, utilities services, purchasing a home, financial education, starting and expanding your business. Here is showing again, you'll see the credit score just about on every tab, but you also see like what influences the credit score when it comes to the payment, credit utilization, length of the credit history, the credit mix, the new credit. This client here only has 9 negative items. So the 9 inquiries is across 3 credit reporting agencies. Overall, across all 3 credit agencies, they have 10% utilization. So again, with these 9 inquiries, it's talking about who the creditors are, the bureaus, the date of the inquiries, and the industries. It shows that they don't have 0 bad accounts, and then you're going to see they have a total of 71 good accounts. All right, so progress report here. Again, we see the credit scores. If we had previous report date, it would be there. This is a new report. It's saying how many negative items removed since previous and new since the previous. It's showing the credit trends. It's showing the model here, the average as well, and then the latest refresh. So you see this for all 3 credit reporting agencies. And then again, it shows here when it talks about the pretty much the credit factor breaks down. You can see that. Here again, if we're reporting KPIs or reporting information, I love this because it talks about the types of negative items. 9 inquiries, 0 late payments, 0 collections, 0 charge off, and 0 public records. So it talked about the negative items. So again, you will see here, you will see the inquiries because this is what they have. They're showing new, but if you had a new report, it would show if it's still present or it would show if the item was removed. Here it shows the credit history, the average age, the oldest account, the recent inquiries. Here's where you see the 71 good accounts, and then you see 0 bad accounts there. So under underwriting, so when you see any of these items, you are able to click on them, and what they do, they just bring the item that you're clicking on to the top. So here you see the score. This right here under underwriting, what is important, I suggest for you to have a screenshot or take a picture of it, because when you're talking to a client, you want to make sure that they meet these criteria, right? So this is here it's like when we talk about as if you're driving a car, and if you're at a traffic light, the green is good to go, the yellow is proceed with caution, and the red is not eligible, right? So red is stop. So you have to make sure in yours, you may see the score 700, but ours with our sandbox is 730. So we want to make sure that your client across all three credit reporting agencies, that your score is 700 plus. If it is, the client is good to apply for personal and business funding. Utilization, overall utilization, 30% utilization on open revolving accounts. We want to make sure they have a minimum of 5 open primary cards with 2 years of good history. 2 of those cards needs to have at least 5K plus limits, no more than 4 unsecured accounts open in the past 12 months, under 4 inquiries. As you see, TransUnion has 4. No collections, charge off, late payments, and bankruptcy. So this client is good to go to funding. If they wasn't, it'll be red and it will say credit repair, right? So we're going to go on because we're doing the training. So here I just want to point out for personal utilization that overall for TransUnion, because they got the 71 accounts, it's 10.5. Experian is 8.2, and then Equifax is 10.5 as well. Here you're going to see the increase again, and then the accounts. So it's showing the accounts where you can come to see which accounts is for TransUnion, which accounts is under Equifax, which accounts is Experian. If the accounts is showing 3 here, because they may be the same. It may be the same. It may show different. It may say Sears and it may kind of be spelled out. Some maybe have acronyms and stuff like that, but it may show 3 times because they're reporting on all 3 credit reporting agencies. Okay, so this is great here because this is helping with down payment. So just say if you have a client, with that client, you want to talk about the high utilization that's over the 30%. So these are the 3 accounts here. We have account for 32. So they are a little over 47 and 54 when it comes to for high utilization. So here, when you see this, you want to talk to your client and you want to find ways, because you want this taken care of. If you're doing credit repair, you want this to be taken care of by the time 30 days for the time that you're done, right? So here you want to say, you add all this up, this is roughly about 10K. So you want to talk to them and you want to say, well, hey, this is 10K. I see with high utilization, do you have 10K, right, to pay it off? They may say, yes, I have the cash, or no. So then you can ask them, do they have, 401K or something that they can, borrow the money from? They may say yes or no, right? So if they say no, then you can come here, and this is to get it down to 30%. So 1,654, 1,351, $163, right? You kind of add this up, this would be 3,000. So you can ask them, well, hey, to get it down to 30%, do you have $3,000 to pay on this? And they may say yes or no. Ways to deal with this is that if you have Navy Federal, you can do a debt consolidation loan. Typically credit unions have debt consolidation loans up to 50K. The thing about a credit union, they want you to pay all of it off. They want all of it to be inside the loan, right? However, you can also use like SoFi, right? So SoFi, LightStream, Best Eggs, Prosper, you can use companies like that. The great thing with SoFi is that you may qualify for a loan for $30,000, right? If you did $30,000, then you can just take care of this, and then the rest of the 20, you can break it up into 4 different banks, or 4 different products or whatever, just to build relationship. And then, well, I wouldn't say all 20. I would say, if you did 15 or whatever and use the other 5 to make the payments or whatever, you can do that as well for the loan. So here you can click on it. It does give options, different options. It shows if you did want to do 30%, it shows a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly which you can pay. So we know this is 163. If they don't have the money and they don't qualify for anything, you can kind of break it up. You still want to say, hey, I know that this should be off roughly within 30, 30 days, 6 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, and you can kind of divide that up to say, hey, I can't pay 163 at one time, but I can divide it up into like two payments. And you would just do all three like that. So with the 1351, right? So you would say how to divide this up and make sure that all of this is taken care of by the time we went to funding, because when it comes to revolving, yes, the overall utilization is 10%, but they still do look at individual revolving accounts, right? So and these accounts are on across all three of the credit reporting agencies, right? So I could see if this was just on TransUnion, this was on TransUnion, then you may go to Experian, or you may go to Equifax, right? But this is on all three of the credit reporting agencies showing. All right, so credit reward map, before we had the credit repair, we typically would go over this, but now with the GPT, you could still do this. We have a post inside Paid in Full, but here you are able to just copy all of these, and you can copy and you can hit on a GPT and it would do one letter for you. The only thing when it does the dispute letter for you, you would have to ask it to put your name and your address, and then also to put the bureau's name and address. And then you have the option where you could print and send a letter yourself to the credit reporting agencies. You can use the total post and print. You can always call over the phone for inquiries to take care of them, or you can upload the letter inside of the credit reporting agency dispute portal as well. So this is kind of like how you deal with inquiries. Here is when you saw what we were talking about, like the back end on the settings. This is where the M2 product is, where your team could have one-stop shop. They could either, use a score machine, or, if you was using M2, they could go here. You see the utilization again, but you can't click on these. It's just here. This is great because I love when it talks about the age, because how and where to ask to put our name and address on a letter. You would just, like, once ChatGPT does a letter for you, you would go back with another prompt and you would say, I'm still using M2 to generate my letter. Should I not be? I'm going to answer, but let me get through the training, and I'll answer all your questions. I do see them. But so when we have this product, it is it has M2 in mind, right? So everything that M2 has, these letters, were designed to kind of do the same thing. Okay. So, all right. So, all right. So here, when we talk about age, so with your intake sheet, you want to make sure when you have your intake for your clients, you want to make sure that you're asking who your client already have relationships with. And so with that being said, is that if once you look at the intake sheet, hopefully you can just be checking off who they have. Sometimes with the accounts being closed, closed account stays on your credit profile for 10 years, right? So they may not even remember. So the main thing here is when you see these accounts, you want to look to see who they already have relationship with. When you go to the bank, what products do they have, because you may be able to get another product without doing another hard inquiry. So it's very important to know what revolving accounts they have, the creditors, if it's individual, if it's a joint account and individuals, these are what's considered primary. So when we're talking about 5 primaries, this is what we're talking about here. So you may have a family members, a significant other, friend, whoever that has an account, and you could ask them, because you want 2 years or more, to see if you can hop on their account as a joint user, right? So individuals, so individual here is the Sears. So this is like somebody's piggybacking off of a Sears card, but it has 36 years, right? Another authorized users is when you go to trade line, supplier trade line genies, okay? And here for it's telling about trade lines. So if you was to get one of those trade lines, you want to make sure it's 7 years or more, right? So I would look at my age that I have, right? I definitely wouldn't want anything. This is the average age. I wouldn't want any trade line that's lower than the average age that I already have. But definitely you want to get a trade line over 7 years. All right. So here, this is talking about the law engine. And so again, we have the credit repair software here now. This is showing the 71 accounts, 0 collections, 9 increase, utilization 10%, late payment. But this is where we're talking about the personal information, right? So now you're seeing, you want to make sure the name is correct across all 3 credit reporting agencies. The date of birth is correct. The social and addresses is correct. Here we're talking about employer. You want to make sure you have an employer, because the creditors want to make sure that they're going to get their money back. This here is showing 2. So this is why you're seeing, if you hit the run law, basically this is going to, in so many words, saying that this is not consistent. Okay. So when it says not match, it's not saying that like this is not matching. You don't have an employer here. So if you want to go with 5-star, you put 5-star across here, and then you could call and say, hey, I'm no longer at the media company. Or if you wanted to add the media company, so you would add all 2 here or there. But 1 is good. So the inquiries, we're going to go over the inquiries when we go over the credit repair. They don't have any public records, and then no negative items, but your client may have it. And so what this does is just gives you other relevant laws to use, pretty much like if you had a letter and you wanted to use laws, like use consumer laws and stuff. So this is what this was intended for before we had the credit repair. All right, so now we're going to the credit repair. I do want to say for the paid in full community, Ray Anderson does have the step-by-step guide for if you want to do like the steps for credit repair. So come here, the Score Machine step-by-step user guide, Elite Access Edition. Okay, so it's here just in case you need it. You can save it to your computer and you can use it. Okay, so for credit repair, it is literally 5 steps, less than 5 minutes, right? So you're going to come here and you're going to look at the negative items. So for the negative items, I'm not going to do anything with the personal information, because with the personal information, I can call and handle that over the phone. But if I wanted to do everything for Experian, I could click select all. I could do that, right? But I don't want to do the personal information. I'm going to select all the inquiries because in my mind, these inquiries are not tied to open accounts. Okay. So step 1, negative items. Step 2 letters. Basic letter, you have basic letters, which is less impactful. Then you have your standard letter, which is stronger words pretty much, and then the enhanced is enhanced words. So each letter, the standard is more pages, right? So and then the enhanced is more pages. So it's kind of look like less page, average page, and more page. Just think of something like that, right? Least to more and greater when it comes to the pages. So we're gonna say enhance. Round. So it goes to 6 rounds, right? So after the 6 rounds, basically we're saying that if you after 6 rounds, if you have not gotten that negative item off, you definitely should be looking for consumer law attorney, somebody to talk to. As you see, each round it goes from polite to firm, legal, strict, threatened, and strong. Okay, so 30 days, each 30 days, but you should hear back from the credit reporting agencies. Okay, so 30 days, you should hear something back. If you hear something back within 10 days, right, they come back and say that is valid. I will be doing my next round in day 11. Right, is what I would do, because like in 10 days, have you contacted the creditor? Have you done a thorough investigation, right? So just know that you can go to the next round when they come back. And especially if they close the investigation. All right, so we'll say round 1. So again, negative items was chosen, dispute type, round 1. And then here, we're just going to come at the bottom just to show you here the client document. So remember, we uploaded the client document underneath the CRM when we went to the client profile. So if you want to change the files, you can change it here. It's not going to show the additional documents until we do the dispute letter. Okay. So, but again, if you somehow come here, you can add your items here, right? You could just come here to credit repair and add your items. But, I just feel like if you're creating the profile, why not just do it there? So it's up to you how to add the client documents. All right, so we just checking the client documents are here. And then the next thing would be is to go to generate your dispute letter. So it has 9 selected, right? So we had 9 inquiries, so 9 are selected. So now that we are here with the 9 items, so it's generating our dispute letter. Once we're done, it's going to say generated 3 dispute letters. Then we're going to scroll down. Here, the letters, you're able to download the generated dispute letters to be in a zip file, and then you'll be able to send for printing. So either or, right? All right. So I see your question. So now we're going to open the PDF. So once we open the PDF, everything we had underneath the profile, this is exactly how we have it typed, right? So you see the contact information, you see the credit bureau, and then you also see the accounts with the dates. And so and it's going to show on the enhanced, it's going to show each account, and it's going to have a write-up on the account. At the bottom, you're going to see the client documents, and then you're also going to see the the data breach, because we added that as well. You'll see that. So other documents added would always be at the bottom. Okay. So this is how our letter looks. And let me see. I do have a question. Once the negatives are off the report, are these clients able to get with some of these financial institution again? So it just depends. Like if you're talking about a bank, each bank has their requirements. Sometimes you may have to wait, a while, and some you may not. So it just depends on, and I don't know which bank has what criterias, but some you may. But just because something is removed off of the credit report doesn't mean that they still don't owe. So that's something as well, is that we just have to make sure we understand that. All right. So with the letter, again, you can open the letter and you can look at it. We have the letter for TransUnion. We do have the letter for Equifax, and we do have the letter for Experian. All right. So again, you can download the letter if you want to mail it off yourself. If you want to send it for printing, you would send for print. You would have your name, your email, and then you can write a note. You can say sent on behalf of, but I'm the POC. If you want to put a note, and you can hit send. I'm not going to hit send because this is live. It will go to them. So you can send a note for printing. So we're going to go back here to the CRM, and then we're going to go and find our client. And then remember, we went to generate letters. Today is the 21st. So this right here is generated. The letter was generated by us. It went to all three bureaus. It was inquiries. It was the first round, and it was not printed at the time. So we can download if we need to download the letters again, or we can send for print if we did send to print. So this is how you find your generated letters here. So I'm going to go back here. Here we have something for debt consolidation. This is a snowball model. It's showing snowball shows the balance from all the way from least to the highest. You will see here it does have a payment options for the first 5 accounts. But what you can do is that you can click action and you can set up a payment reminder. So remember, I will be trying to set up a payment reminder for especially those 3 accounts that has high utilization. So just to click on one of those accounts with network, you would make sure it's 30%, and you will see when you want to have it paid off by, right? So we want to make sure that, again, that they're paid off by the time we think we're going to be done with the disputes. Okay. Or hopefully, if they didn't do something, just say if you're working with the client and you got some items off the first month, the second month, and the third month, and then it's looking better where you can, they paid down some of the high utilization. And so then you could probably get one of those loans we were talking about. But you just want to create a plan. So the here when we're sending up monthly reminders, if the bill is due on the 5th, you can, if you want a day reminder before, you can say like set the reminder up on the 4th, or you can just say the 5th, and you would save it, and then it will pop up. So make sure that I saved it right. Let me do this one here. Okay. All right. So we set it up on the 4th. As you can see, the date for the 4th is here. If you wanted to say, all right, it's already paid off, I'm going to find the one from the 4th that's active. Then I'm going to click here, and it's going to pull back up, and then I'm going to stop it and save it. And then that's why you see like the disabled, right? So you can set up reminders for your client in their profile for all of their accounts, or for the ones that you really want to focus on. So this is a feature here when it says here, debt consolidation. All right, so a couple more tabs and then we will be done here. So with audit, right? So this right here is basically saying personal funding projection. As you know, we have personal, and then we also have business inside the score machine with funding, and we have both. So basically for personal funding projection and business funding projection, it's saying that mid-tier is $51K to $100K. for personal and upper 101K for business. It's showing this credit score across all three bureaus, as well as showing the 2 increase for Equifax, the 4 for TransUnion, and the 3 for Experian. It's showing the credit age, and then it's also showing revolving utilization. It's saying that possible 11 cards for personal funding projection and 9 cards. So if this is what it's showing, we know like it just depends on the relationship, especially with Navy Federal. If you have a relationship, because Navy Federal has internal scores, and you've did a pledge loan, you've done a secure loan, and you kind of played the game and stuff like that, that you may be able to, especially if you're making deposits, that you may be able to get up to, 20, 25K. So you may don't take the 11 cards, but I would have a plan, right, for these 11 cards. I will look at what accounts the client already has, to see, to further relationships. And I would kind of, try to identify what 11 cards, what 9 cards it would be. And then you can just come and just read up on this information here. All right, so the next is funding estimate. There's a notice that's talking about it. You would need to acknowledge and continue. All right, so this is the funding piece. Once we've gotten, we met the criterias. We don't have any credit, credit issues, and we meet again all the underwriting criteria. That's the main thing. We want to come here. Well, first it's going to have the state. This is the state that's on the credit repair. For the it's only a lot because we went over all of the tabs. Like, you don't have to go over all the tabs. The main thing is, if you meet the funding criteria, then you would just go to, funding for credit repair. If you know your client needs credit repair, you just go to the credit repair tab. The other stuff is really just to help you, like if you want to do a credit analysis, like you want to make money, because people are scheduling 45 minutes to an hour, and they're charging for like $200 or something like that. So just trying to get you money is really what the other tabs are, because you have to have a discovery call, and you have to kind of walk them through, and the software reads the credit report, so it's really helping you to make your job easy and stuff like that. So with the funding too, so over here we have invoice. I'm going to go over this here for a minute. So pretty much a national average is 10%. You can customize it. So let's just say you did credit repair, and with the credit repair, you don't want to charge the client up front, right? You can do 12.5, or you can customize it or whatever, right? So you can do that. The total amount that has been approved was 30,000. So I'm going to come here because the system does do an invoice for you. You can come here and you can print the invoice yourself, and you can email it to your client, or you can pay the invoice if you had the setup with the 5-star processing, right? So this client has got funded for 30,000 with 10% fee. This is the 3,000 that's due. Once the 3,000 is paid, it would go here. It would be paid 3,000, balance be 0, and total would be 0. So you can print it, or you can share it with your client. Again, if you had the paid in full set up, the 5-star setup, you could pay it within the system. So I'm going to go back here, and we're almost done. All right. So for the AI batch, with the AI matched, with the AI match, this is here is with tokens, so we don't really this is up and coming pretty much, but it is two models. It's the hybrid, which is recommended, so it's the AI, and then you can adjust it yourself. I changed it to business because let's just say with business, once we meet those criterias that was set in place under underwriting, then you should be able to have compatible credit. And then if you're using business, unless it's Discovery or Capital One, the business don't have, it's not have hard inquiries on your credit report. So let's just say I'm getting business cards. So I'm going to start with business, and then I will go and switch over to like the personal, right? So you could do the DYI. With the DYI, if you just want credit cards, you can do credit cards, and then you can just select your banks, and it will let you select up to 4 different banks. You select what card that you want to choose, and then you can apply with the DYI. And again, you can select more cards. If you want it all, you could do all. If you wanted to do buy bureaus, you can do buy bureaus. If just say if I wanted to just do the Experian and wanted to do all 3 there, and then come back and do 3 on Equifax and do 3 on TransUnions, I can do that as well. But with the hybrid mode, which I'm getting ready to do here with credit card, I'm going to choose, again, the system picks the first 3, and then you come and pick your 4th if you would like. I'm going to pick US Bank. Just when you click your bank, again, the bank interfaces are totally different, right? Each bank. So it's just as if you were going on the bank website, is basically what you're going to see, right? So it talks about the points, if you want to do consultations and all of that stuff, but the main thing you want to get to apply now. And so with the apply now, I'm going to fill out my information, my name here, and then save, and then it's going to ask me about my business. So this is pretty much it. And then I do this, and then the next one will probably be, to see if I qualify or whatever. So if anybody have any questions, you can come off of mute now. That would be great.
Okay, how you doing? How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm fine. Okay, so I did get on like an hour later. Again, all of this is new to me. My name is
Mhm.
Nevada. So, okay,
Nice to
this
meet you,
is for
Nevada.
nice to meet you too. So this right here is for go high level. Like what am I looking at? This is the credit repair software.
Yeah, so this is the credit repair software. So really you go here, let me go back to the work area because this is where you do all your work at. And then you have your client. So again, these tabs here is really just to help you with consultation, right? Right away, I'm gonna go to the client on the CRM. Right away if your client is fundable. You see right here? So
Yes.
if you know your client is fundable, then you're gonna go to the work area. You're gonna find your client. So if I know my client is fundable, I can skip all of that and just go to apply for credit cards. If they were not fundable, I just will come here to credit repair, right? And
Okay.
dispute there. So these are really the tabs right here. Underwriting really just gives you the criteria that you have to meet, right? So
Okay.
if you don't meet these criteria, then you got to go to credit repair, right?
Okay.
If you beat them, you go to funding. So that's really, like I was saying, the other ones is really to help you with information for your talking to my client. So if I'm talking to my client and I'm on a
Mm-hmm.
progress report and I know that they have these negative items, I'm going to let them know during my call. I pulled your credit report. I noticed that you have these negative items. Also, if you're trying to apply for funding, now we go into underwriting. Now we're saying that also to apply for funding, you have this for TransUnion, but you don't have it here. So then you're going down the criterias to let them know what they need. And then you're working with them to get these items, right? So it's the criteria you got to meet. It is for, if they need any negative items removed, and then you go to funding.
Okay,
Does
so
that make
this is the
sense?
software. Yes, yes, it makes sense. So my
Okay.
question to you is, so this is the software that we purchased from you.
So this is a software. So do you know, and if you don't mind, how did you get the link? Did you get it from Ali Betty?
I did because
Okay.
originally I was in creditpreneur group. And
Okay.
then yeah, and then I came that's how I found Ali from being on one of the Zoom calls.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, I'm familiar with Creditpreneur. I used to be one of the coaches in there, so I get it. So, which again, it's a great software. It's straightforward. I know it seemed like, once I'm going over all the tabs, but it's straightforward.
Yeah, I like it because I'm actually going to use it for myself, but I just
Mhm.
want to know like what my question is, what is it called? What is this, the M2? What is
No,
what
this is called the score machine. It's
Oh, the
it's
score
called the
machine. Yes. Okay.
score, the score machine. Yeah, the score machine.
Okay.
Yep, yep, yep.
And how much you say
So,
this was again?
um, okay, so the subscription and it just depends. We have a foundation for 28.88.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a monthly, it's one user, meaning you, um, yourself, and then you can dispute as many negative items as you want. There's no limit.
Okay.
So that's foundation. That's
I like the way it's broke.
foundation.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's the other one, 5 users, 30 clients, 20 users, 100 clients, and then unlimited, you know, users and unlimited clients.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And I'm gonna share this wait a minute is in the room. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. All right, so this is my link here. Just going to share it. But yeah, do you have any more questions or anything?
Yes, I have a question.
Hi, what's your question, sir?
How you doing?
Doing great.
I'm good. I'm still using it. I'm kind of new to this too, just seeing this like, she said. But I don't know if you answered my question in the comments because my Zoom went out, but I was wondering about the M2 Phenom software because that's what I'm using right now. I'm on a plan with
Okay.
that, and I just actually generated some more letters today.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering, should I be trying to transition over to this?
It's really because, like I was saying, that the letters, as you saw with the different letters. Let me see here. Let me go back to the work area. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get to a letter just to show you the letter.
Oh, you're okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna download the letter and then I'm gonna open it. This is how the letter looks once it's downloaded. I don't know if I have to save it or what. Let me see. All right, so with the letter, it wants the account information, and then like this right here is 15 pages for this particular one, right? So you have
Hmm.
the accounts. and then you have the write-up for the accounts. And it talks about, like, he ensured that the language was compliance, was eOster compliance, was it stands side to side with the M2 model as well. So you really have to, I hate to say you have to make the decision yourself. Because I know some people have the GAs and that's the thing like that. But we are getting great results with the software. And so it is something that, Ali stands behind. And so again, it's very easy to use. It's 5 steps. Once we did the credit repair portion, you saw that, right? You just have to select what's negative and those 5 steps, and that's really it when it comes to that.
So it's nothing
And
wrong with
so
using
you can
M2
always try
software?
it. No, it's nothing wrong with using either or. This right here is just a new approach. Everybody have their software, and you have to use, to me, definitely what you can afford. Definitely, what is working, and what's easy and convenient for you to use, right? So it's nothing. I think, like, when you were on a call with Ali or something like that, and he told you about the score machine. How did you get here today?
Um, through Ali, you guys email me. I got the link for the community. So I kind of get
Okay, no
updated.
problem.
Yeah. If I get the emails and updated whenever lives come on.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. And again, this is a great product.
Okay.
The yearly amount. Um, the yearly amount is not here. It is over. Let me go to the dashboard. I think it's over underneath the affiliate pro. It's over here. So let me get it over here. The subscription. All righty. So this is the yearly amount for the elite. This is a yearly amount for the accelerator, yearly amount for the momentum here. Okay, does that help?
And this software right here is Go High Level software, right?
So it's not Go High Level because you're welcome. He has a developer. So I know normally we used to using Go High Level or something like that, but no, this right here was customized and built. So it's not one Go High Level.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will be back tomorrow. We have training with Coach V. So definitely on Coach V is Monday and Wednesdays, and I'm Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. So those are my days and those are her days. So definitely join on her days because mine is more, education, trying to break down for you to kind of understand how work works and how to help your clients out of binds and stuff. So definitely join with Coach V to see her approach as well. And again, she'll be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Okay. And thank you all.
All right. Have a good night.
No problem. Thank you all. You have a wonderful evening. Good night.